Welcome back to the Girl Cave. I'm going to do an updated video tour of my room because it has been several years since I did a tour, and the truth is it has changed, it has evolved as I have grown into it. So here we go. This is the hallway. That right there is the guest bathroom. And then in the hallway, which my husband hates, I have these dog beds that I make. And when it gets this high, I take it to the shelter. So when you walk in, the first thing that you see is my cutting table. I use this to cut my fabrics. In the little corner there, I have a little pressing station for small pieces. If it's a larger piece, then I'll go iron it in the bathroom. I have a little bookcase there with quilting books, some scrapbooking magazines. That basket holds some fabric that I need to measure and put away in my closet. I recently uploaded a video of my closet as I redid it and I reorganized it, so you can watch that if you want to. This has one of my favorite pieces that I made using wool applique. It says, "She seeketh wool and flax and work willingly with her hands." That's Proverbs 31. And I really, really love it. That is all done by hand. All of the wool applique is done by hand. All of the embroidery is done by hand. It's one of my favorite pieces, and it just fit perfectly right above the closet door. Okay, so let me go back. So in this station right here, I have all of my quilting rulers. Over here is my desk, and this section right here has all of my scrapbooking paper. Well, all of it? Yes, all of my scrapbooking paper is there, pretty much. So down here, those are my color bins, and inside each of these bins I have a 5x7 container with a sampling of everything that I have, and then whatever is out is just extra, except for the washi. I don't put washi in the 5x7 containers or ink because they just don't fit. When I go on a crop, it's easy for me to pack because I keep my tool tote ready with my ATG gun, the rulers right there, scissors, my pens, everything that I need is right there. And then I just grab the color bins, and all I need to do is then grab whatever kit I'm working on, which at this point is right there, because this is a large kit and I couldn't fit it in an iris container. It would fit in two. So I'm working on my trip to Europe, so there's a lot of paper. That was a little short of a month long trip, so there is a lot of pictures, a lot of papers, 3 different countries, so there's a lot. Otherwise that wouldn't be there. I would just use an iris container for, you know, if I'm working on summer or beach or travel, those kits would fit in an iris container and I could just take it with me to the crop. Here, that little rolling crate, actually it's just a regular crate, but I put it on a little planter holder that has wheels so that you can move your plants. I put it on that, and this is where I keep all of my printed paper by color. I start with, I have 2 paper pads. This one has tags, and this one has, what does it have? More tags. So it's a tag stack, and the same from, I think I got them at Michael's or Joann's maybe 2 years ago. And then this little box is where I would put all of my 5x7 color bin containers in there to take it to the crop, and that way when I'm at the crop I sit the box sideways and I can see all of my boxes, and they don't fall all over the place. And then I have some coloring pens in here. This is my binder where I keep my alphas and some stickers, and this little box here has all of my scrap papers, which, to be honest, this is the scrap paper. And then this right here, let me pull it out so I can show you a little better. This pack here is paper that I have for matting entire layout. So this is paper that is not really my style per se. Like I wouldn't use that sheet of paper, you know, for a layout. But if I were to mat an entire layout and just show a little bit of that border, look how beautiful that is. So it goes from ugly, well, I wouldn't call it ugly, it's just very bright, to just a hint of color. And I can make it thin or I can make it wider depending on whatever style I'm going for in my layout. And as much as I tried to get everything out from underneath my desk, it was not possible because I have limited space in this room, and I reach for those items every time I work on a scrapbook layout, so it's fine there. On top of the desk, I have one of my kit holders. I have 2 kit holders. This one I take with me to the crops because it has a handle, and right now it has some page kits that I have for my trip to Europe, and then some things that I'm using with them, like the washi that I've selected for that trip is all in here. That's it. And my laptop. I'm not gonna show you the drawers because I still have to go over them and purge them. They're not really bad, but there are things in here that I really don't need, like that stapler. I don't need that stapler. Here I have this tall IKEA bookcase, and at the top I have some extra adhesives. I have some extra journaling cards and some miscellaneous things like my rotary blades and those little posts for the albums and just random little things. And let's see, those are albums that I'm working on right there. That's my Jamaica album that I need to order, Creative Memories, because I don't like that one. And the other one is the album that I'm working on for a trip that I did with my girlfriends. These are albums that I haven't even opened yet. Here I have, that first basket has solid cardstock, mostly in paper pad form, like they have glitter or there's specific like beach theme colored cardstock, so I keep them together. Then I have just regular colored cardstock that's loose. These are my paper pads are there, and I have right here, I took pictures of my paper pads so I can quickly look at which one that I want to look for specifically and then pull it out. The next shelf, I have 8.5 by 11 cardstock, which I will never ever buy anymore. I don't know why I have so many, but I need to get using them. And then these are page kits for, like, this one is birthday, this one is travel, so specific page kits. Here I have the rest of my pattern paper, which was right here. So I start with the whites and I go all the way to I can't fit anymore, and then the rest goes here. So I started here with green, so green all the way to gold, and then I have some extra paper pads here because I couldn't fit them up there. The bottom shelf has those in the little box. I have page kits that are specific that I've already separated for special events. Like I have a paper kit for my dog, I have a paper kit for my son's 13th birthday, like, you know, like page kits that are already meant for a specific layout. And then over there I have 2 big bags, and those are my fall kit. Everything, all the paper, all the embellishment, all the washi, everything that I have for fall is in one, and the other one is specific to Halloween. And then on this side I have page kits that I've made with no particular pictures in mind. I just saw the paper and I liked how they look together, so I put them in there. And then these are my strips, my paper strips. And in here I have a binder with sketches, and those are little sketchbooks as well. Here, this is fabric in little tiny pieces of fabric that I keep by color as well. Here I have my punches, and the way I keep my punches are already in a tray by Tiffany. I believe she has this for rubber stamps, but I keep it in the tray, and that way all I have to do when I go to a crop is take the tray out and put it in the clear bag that it comes. It has some really heavy duty Velcro to shut it closed, and I'm ready to go. I need to order another one because I have extra that could go in there. And then some colored embellishments. This one right here has 2 paper pads that I have set aside for a Christmas gift that I need to work on. At this point, it might even end up being a birthday gift for the person because I'm a little behind. And then here I have mostly colored, multicolored embellishments like pop enamel dots and brads. And then these are my wood veneers. Here I have some photo storage boxes with some stamps, some paint, some glitter, some card making supplies, which I don't know why because I don't make cards. I used to have this basket here and I had a lot of things there and it was driving me crazy. So I cleared this out, and the cat loves to sit there. My mom made me that little stained glass. Notice I cleared everything. There's nothing on the floor. I hate the way that looks now, but I have to put things on. I don't like to plug things to the wall directly. I prefer to use the power strips because that way I just hit one button and everything shuts off. Under the cutting table, I have that bin right here. Has strips of fabric that are left over from other projects, and those become string quilts. If you're a quilter, you know what I'm talking about. These bins hold my fabrics that are already cut into strips and squares and rectangles that are specific sizes that I use frequently. This right here is a quilt that's already basted and I need to quilt it. This bin right here holds all of my wool and my wool applique supplies. I also cleared this except for that one iris container which has the quilting project that I'm working on right now. So the blocks and the extra fabric is in there. Those drawers, I need to go through them and purge them because it gets to the point where I just throw things in there and it gets ugly. My Cricut Maker sits here. Underneath my sewing machine, I have a basket where I put scraps of fabric and I use that fabric to make the dog beds that I take to the shelter. So instead of just throwing it away, I just put them inside like a pillowcase and I sew them shut. Here on this side of the room is my design wall, and those flamingos have been there far too long. I think it's been almost a year. So it's time for me to take them down and put them in the closet for a little break or just finish them. I think I only have like 2.5 more blocks, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna finish it, just get it done. I just fell out of love with it for a little bit. You know, you get to working with something so long that you need a mental break. On this side, I have another bookcase, and here I have some extra sewing notions in that red basket. Those are patterns that I have in those 3 magazine holders, some quilting books, some more patterns and binders. And then this right here, this shelf right here has my dictionary that I use for scrapbooking, a Bible that I use, and some card making magazines that I have to go through and see if I need to purge them or not. Bottom shelf has some planning supplies. And then on this side, let me move the chair. My grandbaby's there. I left that one open because I know he likes it. And since I've left it open for him, he goes in there all the time. If he's not at the window, he's in there, and he has not been, I don't want to jinx myself, but he has not been jumping on my desk, so that's a good thing. And then here I have my Gemini Junior, and that little basket holds power cord, and it holds some dies and embossing folders. On this side, underneath the desk, I have another chair for when my friends come over. All three of us fit in this room and we can sew together. So I will sew on this side. My friend Joy will sew on this side, and then my friend Diane sews on this side of the table. So we pull the table just a little bit further so that she has more space over there. And then that bin and that tote has a lot of fabric that I use to make the pillowcases for the dog beds, and this as well. These are already pretty much, the pillowcases are made. All I have to do is stuff them and sew them shut and take them to the shelter. And then up here I have another kit holder, and this one is my favorite. My husband would tell you that it's my favorite because it's white. If it's black and white, I love it. I don't like to have a lot of color around me. Black and white seems to be my thing. But I really love this one. I don't take it with me to the crops. I got this one at the Container Store because it doesn't have a handle and I would be afraid of it breaking. I really love it. And this one right now has the kit that I'm working on. So I'm working on 2 kits at once. I'm working on my trip to Europe, and I'm working on the Allison Davis 20 sketches in 20 weeks using 6x6 paper pads. And that's what I'm working on right here. So I already have pictures selected. This right here has envelopes with all of those, and I think I just posted the video on that, so I will link the video to that as well, how I picked the pictures and how I decided what size to print and things like that. And that, my friends, is my room. I have my little squirrel lights up there, which I love. My friend Jill gave me those because I love squirrels. And that's right there. That's where I record my videos. And that's my room. That is my room right there. I'll show you a sneak peek into the closet. It's still organized. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. But this is pretty much everything in here is quilting. I don't think I have any scrapbooking things here. Everything is quilting, except for maybe this right here. This is Cricut, so all the vinyl stuff is here. And I will link the video to the closet redo as well so you can see it. I love how it turned out. I really do. I made those little quilt blocks, one for each month of the year, and they are a piece block and then have wool applique on top. So you have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December's a little gingerbread man. And they each have a little tag with the month right there. Oh, look who's here. Say hello. That's my other grand dog. Come back again next week and join Pochi and I right here at the Girl Cave and watch us make a mess. Bye.